All right, let's demo card trackers. Card tracker is like a Trello board. For right now, let's just so we can get it started, I'm just going to do something simple like the artificially website. So I'm going to call it website. That's the URL slug. Brief description, build out a React Fight website hosted on Firebase GCP. All right. Color palette. I really like this kind of hushed, subtle pastel. You have a few choices to pick some that are a little bit more bold. Here's your, this is your card color. And then platform. So we're gonna call this web, call that social. Maybe I'll abbreviate that because I have a limit there. And then add type here. This is the type of card. So you've got bug, feature, story. I might want to say page. I might even want to add idea and put it in the backlog. And then I'm going to create my tracker. So now that my tracker is created, I can now jump into it. Again, very simple card tracker. Don't want it to be too complicated. Backlog, in progress, review, done. There's not a chance to add more columns. It's really meant to be utilized by a small team that doesn't need nuanced reporting on whether it's in QA, how long it's been in QA. We're here for delivery. So it's either in the backlog or it's in progress or working on it, or it's in review and then it's done here. We do have some platform settings where you can add more platforms in there. You can delete the tracker as well. And then here's your color palettes if you wanted to change out the color palettes. And so if I go into the card creation, this is very simply is let's start something that needs to be done today. So that would be spin up Firebase environment, auth, hosting, Firestore, database or storage, DB, what else? That's good for now. Platform, website, type, it is a feature. Actually, it is let's call that a user story. Priority, I'm pretty critical. We got to get that done. I'm going to assign myself that. I'm going to put a little deadline on myself to get that done by, let's make that a little more aggressive, by Wednesday. It's in the backlog right now. Links. So yeah, I want some links to this one. I'm going to add the Figma link that we already kind of looked at. Make sure I have that in my, but we can add more links if we wanted to. We could link back to the brief if we wanted to. And then images. No images for today. We'll save that card. And now I have that card. I can move that into progress when I start it. I can move it into review, move it into done. If I want to say, oh, I moved something into done, I just got to click that back and move it into a different part of it. So that is card tracker. You could also assign different people on it. Once that card is made, now you have the chance to comment on it. And so if there was somebody else on the project, I could say, hey, Sam, click that. I need to get you your API keys. And I can post that comment, and then that person would be notified in notifications. So you could have back and forth on the comments. You could add images if you went to edit. Again, just a place that you could talk about and work through different cards for your project. Really want to stay agile here again. We don't want a ton of things mucking this up. We just want to get quickly through from backlog to delivery within this card stacker. There you go. As you can see, you can even comment yourself, and then it'll open up to the card stacker, and then you can find that card. Once you've read it, it goes be marked as read, and they can delete that notification as well. And that's a card tracker. But